it's Derrick Henry. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Play action. Now it's Tua. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 2nd and 9, Jones, he's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Tua's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua, throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua goes with the out route and completes it to Swift. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Jones now, throwing on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Here's Jones. A final shot before break. Going up top.
Oh, Jones has just thrown his third interception.
So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Henry up the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Henry again on 2nd down. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle from 19 yards away. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right
down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line ready to go.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now rock-sided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break up.
That's to Aguilar. Touchdown, Patriots.
Nelson Aguilar. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Patriots are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point safely through. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This take it in at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Tua sets up to pass it. That one complete to Hill. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much, unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but
yeah,
no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Wilson's got it complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Watch out now. 50 Fury. Hurry, hurry.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've got you clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Jones.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Throwing Jones. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too.
On the Jets sweep, here comes Waddle.
They find some open field. And now off to the races, down the right side. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle
with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point and good by Sanders. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he will have a Patriots first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone. Right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And now here's another interception.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
But just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Miami, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for New England, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens.
Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Miami Dolphins. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Lance.
And he's got his man on the out route.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
This defense for the Dolphins, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 26. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 26-yard line. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Lance looks to throw again. Quick slant caught by Chase. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Lance.
Steps away to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
2nd down and goal. Lance being chased out left.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Lance now on 3rd and goal.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. The 49ers are going to turn over the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. And his kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
And Lance now to throw. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco.
A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
On the move to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The Dolphins hit 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Tua.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And Stills over the middle. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Dances by him. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
On 2nd down and 4.
Lance, throw left side, complete to Chase.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They run with McCaffrey off the option.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Ready up. Ready for deal. Deal.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 42. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And some space here. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 17-0 our score after one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now Tua. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10. At their own 20-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Lance to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Working from the gun, Lance completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Lance finding Kittle, 1st down San Francisco.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at him, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Gets this one to use check. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Lance. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9, from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo? Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect we'll go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The Lance going to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Lance looking to throw it.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down.
Another try after the first down sack. Lance toward the back corner of the end zone, but he couldn't. Feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Niners have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
The McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Tua sets up to pass it. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Looking to pass. Tua. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
The quick slant caught. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Sanders' kick is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Austin McGinnis set to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Tua. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
Now Lance. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down, here's Lance. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
A gain of 21 yards. And the 49ers.
Here's Lance. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Lance, throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Lance.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Point after, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Austin McGinnis set to kick off.
McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On play action, here's Tua. Gets this one to Hill. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Dancing to his left. It's caught by Sanders. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to kick it away is Sanders.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to give them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the
trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football.
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that pick-6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth-quarter lead. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lance now to throw.
Completes it to Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Lance finding Debo there for the Niner first.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Here's Lance to throw it.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Back to throw. Lance going for the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, 49ers.
And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
But McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
It's caught. Stills, right side. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Red, cycle. Red, green.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. They're targeting and finding Stills once more.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. And now here is another interception.
And the Niners are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
At their own 21. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
On the double. White.
From the gun, it's Lance.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Hey, green.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
52 blaster. Green jack. Ready.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Niners, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Miami, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.